Well, hey everyone, this is Troy Harper here at Harper Cigar Lounge, and I am back with another Harper Cigar Lounge podcast. This is episode 12, and I appreciate you guys being here. I am promoting my Smoke and Metal podcast that I usually do I don't know, once a month, twice a month, where I have, great album reviews. I sing along to some of my albums. I discuss the lyrics. I discuss the what's going on during each song, so you guys have an idea of what that song is like, and discuss memories from that album. I've done some album battles with it, but most importantly, I've got a cigar out right now um, from the Boutique Cigar. It's the Smoke and Metal Beast, and that's what I'm smoking right now. And I had just done a live, not a I was me and Lee from the Boutique Cigar. We were attempting to do a live Facebook. It didn't work out, so we just did a regular recording to where we were kind of promoting the cigar. So I thought I'd go ahead and just continue to smoke this one because I wanted to promote it with you guys anyway. I've had it on some of my other podcasts, but I've already clipped it. This is a torpedo right there. Yeah, it's just a beautiful stick. And I'll kind of explain it here for you guys. Want to get it retoasted here. I've only taken a couple of puffs off of it. I didn't want to waste the stick. And I just got done doing this with RIAA from the Boutique Cigar, this short little video to promote this right now. Yeah, so I wanted to continue with it because it's just such a good stick. I just didn't want it sitting around getting wasted. And I wanted to promote it anyway to you guys. If you haven't watched my past podcast, if you're new to this channel, maybe you kind of missed out on what the cigar is all about. I think I got it going good now. But yeah, terrific stick. Again, this is the Smoke and Metal Beast, which is a cigar that represents the metal community. It's the only cigar right now that's official. Uh, it's the only official cigar that represents the heavy metal community, but it also represents my Smoke and Metal podcast, and it's just a. There we go. I think I got that. There we go. Now you guys can see my backdrop a little better. Not only is it promoting my channel, but it's the idea came from my Smoke and Metal podcast here at Harper Cigar Lounge that I do, at least once a month, sometimes twice a month, maybe depending on what my schedules are like. Uh, I've got different podcasts here, and I try to get them all in. The only one I haven't really done lately is the Troya Marcia cigar review. Trying to find that special Italian cigar to smoke for that. So anyway, I'm on the hunt. So as soon as I get that, get a special cigar for that, I will do another Troya Marcia cigar review. So, but anyway, today again, this is Harper Cigar Lounge podcast episode 12, and I'm smoking the Smoke and Metal Beast. And let me get close up on that again. There we are. A gorgeous, gorgeous stick. And this is a torpedo cigar. Um, the torpedo is 6 1/4 by 54, and there's also a Toro size in this, 6 1/2 by 52, and the wrapper is Cuban seed Maduro, greenhouse grown, binder fillers Mexican and Nicaraguan, long filler cigar, hand rolled, handmade, all long fillers. Strength is medium to full. Taste notes is pepper, spice, earth, minerals, leather, cedar, sea salt, dark roast coffee, dark chocolate, cream, natural tobacco sweetness. And so this is a flavor bomb, but it's smooth. It's not overpowering. And it's a cigar that really is balanced beautifully throughout by a wave of spice. Like I said, on the back end, I get a little bit of spice on the back end, but there is a nice little spice to this, but nothing overpowering or strong. And it's noticeable, but it's not overpowering. And the most surprising element of this cigar, just how mellow and smooth and creamy the cigar is, and it just stays great from start to finish. Um, and so for with it being a medium to full body stick, there's no harshness, and there's just an easygoing richness that just never overwhelms you. So anyway, so make sure you guys check out the Smoking Metal Beast, the TBC Smoking Metal Beast from the Boutique Cigar. So anyway, yeah, just a great stick. It really is. I've smoked a lot of these, and it's just been a great stick every time. And again, it's a stick that myself and Arlie and uh, Danielle Lee from the Boutique Cigar, we all came up with this blend. It came from the idea of originally doing a cigar that was based around heavy metal or based around Black Sabbath after Ozzy had passed away, and then we kind of decided to do something more special than that, to actually come up with an official cigar for the heavy metal community, the hard rock heavy metal community. And so this is what we came up with. So anyway, but it's just nice, dark and oily, and it's just very creamy. And I'm just so happy with this stick. A lot of people have picked it up and given it great reviews, anywhere between a 90 and 98 review. So I'm very happy with that. And today I'm celebrating because not only am I here with you guys, but I'm also on my weight loss journey. 4 months ago, I was weighing 247 when I left the grocery business, and now I'm down to 210. I weighed in at 210 today. So I'm very excited about that. I've got about another now 20 to 30 pounds more I'd like to lose. So I'm down to 210. I'd like to get down to 200 and then work my way down to either 190 or 180. 180 I'd be really happy with. I'd be really happy with 180. I weighed 180 when I moved to Kimball, Nebraska 8 years ago to take over a grocery store. I weighed 180. I was fit. I was ripped. I had muscle. I mean, I still had muscle, but I was in great shape. And I let the grocery business just ruin my eating habits, my weight, and my workout schedule. So anyway, but I'm wanting to work in some workouts again and do more of that and do more walking and just continue to eat healthy like I've been doing. And I tell you what, so today is a celebration for my weight loss journey for getting down to 210 from 247 to 210. Like I said, I've got another 20 to 30 I'd like to go. I'd like to still lose. So anyway, guys, but also in celebration of all you being here with me today and hanging out with me. So before this continues, make sure you go get a great cigar, get a great drink, and hang out with me with that. Smoke a cigar with me, guys. Have a drink with me, and I think you guys will enjoy this show today. Again, this is Harper Cigar Lounge, episode 12, and this is Troy Harper here. And guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that yet. If you like what you're seeing here, make sure you subscribe. Hit that like. Leave your questions, comments, and feedback. Share this content with everybody you know. Make sure you hit that bell below to get all the latest content, latest updates on this channel. But I'm so excited to be back with you guys. I did a Harper Cigar Lounge podcast last week, and I wanted to get another one in. And I plan to do at least one more before I end this season and then start up season 5 in September. And I've got so much great stuff planned for the next season. I'm hoping to have more guests. Recently had Martin Monnick on here last year from Accept, bass player for Accept, a cigar guy. And then I had Perry Richardson on in April. So a couple months ago, I had Perry on from Striper. ex-Firehouse, ex-co-founder. I mean, co-founder for Firehouse from the '80s or from the '90s. I'm sorry, they started in '90. So co-founder of Firehouse with so many hits. They had so many hits, so many great songs, great band. Rest in peace, CJ Snare. We lost you a while back. Lead singer for Firehouse. Rest in peace. We miss you every day. And guys, um, yeah, I mean, I got so much stuff planned for this podcast, for this channel. Got a lot of things I'd like to do still. So got a lot of things in the works, but hoping to have more guests. But yeah, Perry Richardson's with Stryper. If I didn't mention that, he's been with Stryper since 2017. One of my absolute favorite bands. As you can see, I've got my Stryper bandana over here and some old backstage passes and everything here. Um, got my stuff all tangled up here. Trying to get that straightened out. Okay, I think I got it. But yeah, I got some backstage passes there from Stryper from when I worked with them there and everything. Trickster as well. Which Stryper has been a I mean, I'm sorry, Firehouse did a lot of touring with Firehouse, or I'm sorry, Firehouse. Firehouse did a lot of touring with Trickster that I worked with, and um, Firehouse. See, Firehouse, Trickster, and Warren. They did a lot of touring together at one time, and just yeah, three great bands. Trickster that I've gotten to work with that I absolutely love still, and then Firehouse and Warren. Rest in peace, Janie Lane from or from Warrant. Sorry. Yeah, so many great guys gone from the hard rock, metal genre. So many people have gone and left us. It's just it's sad. I hope we don't lose anybody anytime soon. I hope we'll have a rest from that for a little bit, and hopefully everybody will stay around with us for a while. But it sure does make you, especially with me. I'll be 56 this year. I've got friends that have passed away already. As you get older, you realize that life is so precious; it goes by quick, and I appreciate every single day I have with you guys, and to do these podcasts outside of my work. And I wish I could do more of these, but of course I've got to work and pay bills. So I wish I could do more of these, but I really try to fit in as many podcasts and as much content for you guys as possible. So anyway, so let's get on with the show. But I just wanted to let you guys know when you have a torpedo like this, you only have to clip just a little bit off the top. Yeah, as you can see that seam there, right there. It's got I think it's got a triple. It's got a triple seam. And all you gotta do is clip a little bit off the top. You don't want to clip clear down here, because then you're gonna cause your cigar to unravel and fall apart on you. The cap on your cigar really is what holds your cigar together. And I always leave that cigar band on because I just love to look at, cigar bands on all the different cigars I smoke. But when you take that off early, you're taking a risk of that glue that's on there that's not warmed up yet to cause your cigar to have tobacco pulled off of it when you pull that band off. So I always wait until I get right down to the band, and then I take that band off, because by then the cigar is warmed up in that area, and the glue will just come off. It won't pull the tobacco off with it. So make sure you guys keep that in mind when you're smoking your cigars. But so far, I mean, I'm getting some dark chocolate, getting just some very slight spice right now, getting some dark roast coffee, getting some minerals, some sea salt. This cigar is really a flavor bomb. It really is. And yeah, just getting some some creaminess right off the bat. Just some natural tobacco sweetness. This is really a flavor bomb. It really is. So great stick, and it's burning evenly right now. Doing really well. Building up some nice ash. A lot of great output with the smoke, which just smells terrific. So anyway, guys, cheers to you, by the way. And again, make sure you guys check into these cigars here, the Smoking Metal Beast. You can message me on Facebook, on my Facebook page. You can DM me, and I can give you more information about this. Due to YouTube standards and rules they've got, I can't really guide you guys on prices and discount codes. I can't do any of that. I can, mention that I got it from the boutique cigar, but it's up to you to find it after that. But so anyway, guys, but yeah, again, the Smoking Metal Beast, and such a terrific cigar. It really is. I love this stick. I don't know how many of these I've smoked over time, but smoked a lot of them. So anyway, cheers to you guys. So hope you guys brought a great cigar, a great drink with you. Let's get this party going. Today, as you can maybe gather, what I'm going to be discussing today, I'm going to be discussing the band Journey. This album here, I'll get into this album a little bit here shortly on why I've got that album sitting out and what it means to me. A lot of great memories with that album. So, um, and actually, that album is how I first found out about Journey, and I'll get into more of that soon, of course. But Journey, definitely one of my most absolute favorite bands. They've had some great hard rock stuff. They've had some adult contemporary, ballads, you name it. They've had, just regular rock, hard rock, some really hard edge stuff. Um, Neal Schon's really well known in the heavy metal community as a great guitarist. Um, and so he's just a very well known guitarist, that started this band and really the only original member left of Journey. But Journey is an American band formed in San Francisco back in 1973 by former members of Santana, which again, Neal Schon was with Santana, the C. Miller Band, and Frumious Bandersnatch. I've never heard of them. The band as of 2026 consists of Neal Schon on guitars and vocals, backing vocals, Jonathan Cain on keyboards, guitars, and vocals, Deen Castronovo on drums and vocals, Arnel Pineda on lead vocals, Jason Derlatka on keyboards and vocals, and Todd Jensen on bass and vocals. So anyway, they are on their farewell tour right now, so make sure you catch them. They're going to be in Denver, Colorado, which is where I'm the closest to in November, so I'm really hoping to catch them. But past members, Greg Rowley, Ross Valerie, George Tickner, Prairie Prince, Ansley Dunbar, Robert Frenchman, Steve Perry, Steve Smith, Randy Jackson, which Randy Jackson did a lot of bass work for him recently on their recent album. Steve Augeri, Jeff Scott Soto, and Narada Michael Whedon. But Journey had their biggest commercial success between 1978 and 1987 when Steve Perry was lead vocalist. They released a series of hit songs, including Don't Stop Believin' from 1981. In 2024, the track was certified 18 times platinum by the RIAA, surpassing all previous records to become the top-selling digital track in U.S. history. Escape from the album Escape, which is Journey's seventh studio album at the time. There's just a little bit of a relight here. I guess I didn't do that very well when I started this back up. So let's give it another shot here. Another shot of my torch flame lighter. Yeah, I didn't make sure that tobacco's toasted evenly and through the whole thing here. So make sure I do that this time, I guess. There, I think I've got it now. Give you guys a little bit of some pyrotechnics here. Anyway, so Escape Journey 7th, the most successful album, reached number one on the Billboard 200 and yielded another of their most popular singles, Open Arms. The 1983 follow-up album, Frontiers, was almost as successful in the United States, reaching #2 and spawning several successful singles. It broadened the band's appeal in the United Kingdom, where it reached #6 on the UK album chart. Journey enjoyed a successful reunion in the mid-1990s with the album Trial by Fire in 1996, and have since regrouped twice. First with Steve Augeri from 1988 to 2006, which Steve Augeri was also a singer for Takedo and Tall Stories. So if you guys remember Takedo from the 80s. And then with Arnel Pineda from 2007 until now, onward to the present. So I think I finally got my lighting figured out to where I look a little better for you guys also today. Sales have resulted in 25 gold and platinum albums, in addition to the 18-time platinum RIAA diamond certificate, 18-time platinum. Let me start over. Sales have resulted in 25 gold and platinum albums, in addition to the 18-time platinum RIAA diamond certified 1988's Greatest Hits album. They have had 19 top 40 singles in the U.S., as of which reached the top 10 of the U.S. chart, and 2 of which reached #1 on other Billboard charts, and a #6 hit on the UK singles chart, which is "Don't Stop Believin'." Originally a progressive rock band, Journey was described by AllMusic as having cemented a reputation as one of America's most beloved and sometimes hated commercial rock pop band by 1978, when they redefined their sound by embracing pop arrangements on their 4th album, Infinity. So anyway, the original members of Journey came together in San Francisco in 1973 under the auspices of former Santana manager Herbie Herbert, originally called the Golden Gate Rhythm Section, and intended to serve as a backup group for established Bay Area artists. The band included Santana alumni Neal Schon on lead guitar and Greg Raleigh on keyboards and lead vocals. Bassist Ross Valerie, formerly of both Frumious Bandersnatch and the Steve Miller Band, as well as rhythm guitars George Tickner, Frumious Bandersnatch, rounded out the group. Prairie Prince of the Tubes served as drummer. After one performance in Hawaii, the band quickly abandoned the backup group concept and developed a distinctive jazz fusion style. After an unsuccessful radio contest to name the group Roadie, John Villanueva suggested the name Journey. Let's see here. So the band's first public appearance came at the Winterland Ballroom in New York, or on New Year's Eve, 1973, to an audience of 10,000. Now that's funny because that's where Kiss played and started. Also, was at the Winterland Ballroom in 1973, to an audience of 10,000. So that was one of the bands. That was one of the group, or one of the venues that Kiss played in the beginning of their career, also back in 1973. On the following day, the band flew to Hawaii to perform at the Diamond Head Center to an audience of over 100,000 strong. Prairie Prince rejoined the Tubes shortly thereafter on February 1st, 1974. After auditioning after 28 drummers, the band hired British drummer Ainsley Dunbar, who had recently worked with David Bowie and had been a member of the second iteration of Frank Zappa's Mothers of Invention. The new lineup made his debut on February 5th, 1974 at the Great American Music Hall in front of Columbia Records executives, and secured a recording contract with the label. The band went on to perform at venues around the Bay Area. So let's see. Journey then went into CBS Studios in November 1974 with producer Roy Halley to record his debut album, Journey. The album was released in April 1975, entering the Billboard charts at number 138. So not real successful. Rhythm guitarist Tigner left the band and the music business to study medicine due to the amount of heavy touring the band was doing and promoting the album, allowing Schon to take on full guitar duties. The band entered the studio again in late 1975 to record Look Into the Future, which was released in January 1976 and entered the Billboard Top 200 charts at number 100. The band promoted the album with a 2-hour performance at the Paramount Theater in Seattle, which later aired on the radio as touring continued to promote the album. From May to October 76, the band went to his Master's Wheel Studios to record its third studio album, Next, which, like its predecessor, was produced by the band. This album had a much more commercial sound while keeping the band's jazz fusion and progressive rock roots intact. The album was released in February and charted on the Billboard Top 200 at number 85. However, sales did not improve, and Columbia Records was on the verge of dropping the band. So anyway, so that's where things end up leading to Steve Perry joining. Their manager discovered Steve Perry, and told the band that he was going to hire Steve Perry, and they really wanted more of a sound like Boston and Foreigner, that kind of a band. But as Journey's album sales did not improve, Columbia Records requested that they change their musical style and add a frontman who would have lead vocals with Raleigh. The band hired Robert Fleischman and made the transition to a more popular style. Akin to that of Foreigner in Boston, Journey went on tour with Fleischman in '77, opening the bands such as Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Fleischman and the rest of the band began writing and rehearsing the songs, including the soon-to-be popular track "Wheel in the Sky." During a performance before about 100,000 at Soldier Field in Chicago, the band was introduced to Steve Perry. The band was introduced to Steve Perry. Differences between Fleischman and manager Herbie Herbert resulted in Fleischman's departure from the band in September of that year. And then Journey hired Steve Perry. The guys in Journey did not want Steve Perry, but Herbie Herbert, their manager, insisted that Steve Perry come on board because of how his voice was, which he had such a great voice. Got those real high notes. Oh my gosh. I mean, so anyway, so Steve Perry was hired with Journey on October 10th, 1977. Perry made his live debut with the band at the old Waldorf on October 20th, 1975 or 77, stepping into Master Studios and Cherokee Studios from October to December 77. The band's manager hired Roy Thomas Baker as producer to add a layered sound approach similar to that of Baker's previously produced band Queen. With their new lead singer and new producer, the band's fourth studio album, Infinity, released in January 1978, peaked at number 21 on the U.S. Billboard 200. Such a big difference from before until then. I mean, now they're that new album, Infinity, peaked at number 21 on the top 200 Billboard. That's awesome. The band embarked on a tour in support of that album. When they performed as headliners of a full tour for the first time, beginning with their topping a bill that included Van Halen and Ronnie Montrose. So according to the band's manager, Herbie Herbert, tensions arose between a discontented Ansley Dunbar and the band due to his displeasure with the change in musical direction from the jazz fusion sound. Neal Schon reflected on the tensions. We would talk about it, and he'd say he'd be willing to simplify things, but we'd get out there. And after 5 shows, he wasn't doing that at all. Dunbar started playing erratically and talking derogatorily about other members, which eventually resulted in Herbert firing Dunbar shortly after the Infinity tour. ended with the Day on the Green 1978 concert at Oakland Alameda County Coliseum on September 2nd. Dunbar was replaced by Berkeley trainee and ex-Montrose drummer Steve Smith. So anyway, so another lineup change. Let's see here. Perry, Sean, Raleigh Smith, and Valerie entered the Cherokee Studios in 1978 to record their fifth studio album, Evolution, which was released on March 1979, peaking at number 20 on the Billboard 200. The album was, which was a milestone for the band, gave their band the first Billboard top 100, top 20 single, Lovin' Touch and Squeezin', peaking at number 16, which gave the band significant airplay. Following the tour in support of Evolution, the band expanded its operation to include a lighting and trucking operation for their future performances, and the tour had grossed more than $5 million, making the band as popular as it had ever been in 5 years. The band later entered Audemont Studios to record their sixth studio album, Departure, which was released in March 1980, peaking at number 8 on the Billboard 200. The first single from that album was Any Way You Want It, peaked at number 23 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1980. So anyway, then keyboardist Greg Raleigh left the band following the Departure tour to start a family and undertake various solo projects. It was the second time in his career he had departed from a successful act. Keyboardist Stevie Keys Roseman was brought in to record the lone studio track, The Party's Over, Hopelessly in Love, on the band's live album Captured. Raleigh suggested pianist Jonathan Cain of the Babies as his permanent replacement, with Cain synthesizers replacing Raleigh's organ. Cain had become the new member of the band. So anyway, let's get into some of these albums. And I will try to show you guys an image. I don't have the first three albums. When it was just a jazz fusion band with Greg Raleigh. I don't have those albums. I did at one time. I just wasn't impressed with them at all. It just wasn't my cup of tea. But so here is the first Journey album right there. And of course, that was released April 1st, 1975, was not successful. It was on the charted at 138 on the US Billboard charts. And then the next album was Looking to the Future from 1976. And again, that was not successful. That charted again. Charted at 100, which was a little better on the top US Billboard 200. So it was a little better. And then next, it was a little better again. There's next right there. So that was a little better, a little bit of better album. And that debuted at 85 on the top, US Billboard 200. So where I really started getting into Journey was because of this album back here. We'll lead up to that here, but let's see here. So Infinity, right here. Let's see here. I think I've got these. Oh, let's see here. What have I done? Somehow, let's see. Well, I'm missing my Infinity album here. Not sure where I put that. Well, guys, I'm having a hell of a time here. Shit. Um, Trying to figure out where my Infinity album went. Well, I must have accidentally not had grabbed that from upstairs, I guess. Not sure how that happened. Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. Oh my gosh, here it is. Oh, so anyway, my screw up. I had it here all along. It was underneath my notes. Oh, six. Well, anyway, now my albums are all not in order the way they should be because I dropped my albums, but we'll make it through. Anyway, guys, so my gosh, sorry, rough start here. Um, but anyway, so yeah, so Infinity, Infinity is the first album here, and great album. Lights, feeling that way anytime. Ladota, Patiently Wheel in the Sky, which is my absolute favorite. Something to Hide. Winds of March, Can Do, Open the Door. So Lights and Wheel in the Sky were the biggest songs off of this album. Um, and let's see here. There's the back of that album right there. And this is a remaster. This isn't the original, but this is a remaster. Um, Here's the inside of it there. But a terrific album, really good album. You could definitely see the success in the band starting right off the bat with Steve Perry. So anyway, so yeah, so great album. Um, I screwed my cigar up with all the confusion here. Gonna give it a relight here. I let it go out on me. But anyway, guys, I hope you're all doing great out there. I hope you're enjoying this time with me, even though I've kind of messed things up here a little bit. Uh, Got to get my act together, boy. I tell you what. Um, but anyway, so yeah, so Infinity. Again, Infinity. Really good album, guys. If you haven't gone back this far to listen to the old Journey stuff, first album with Steve Perry, terrific album. Really is a great album. So make sure you guys check out that. Um, and again, that album charted at 21. So my gosh, such a huge jump. With how this album was, certified and everything. So or charted. But this album, it became 3 times platinum at 3 million sales in the U.S. and gold in Canada with 50,000 sales. So such a huge success. So it was definitely the right move to bring Steve Perry in. If it wasn't for Steve Perry, Journey would have never made it. I really don't think they would have ever made it. And then of course the next, and of course that was again the fourth studio album. Um, and then we got, and by the way, Infinity was on Columbia Records. And producer Roy Thomas Baker, and this album is at 36 minutes and 28 seconds. Recorded between October and December of 77, and recorded at his master's Wheels in San Francisco and Cherokee Studios in Los Angeles. So, um, Next album is Evolution. This is the 5th studio album now by the American rock band Journey, released on March 23rd of 1979, recorded between October and November of 1978 at Cherokee Studios in Los Angeles. And by the way, Journey at this time is kind of considered arena rock, but label Columbia, producer Roy Thomas Baker again. And here is that album right here, Evolution. Really good album also. There's the back of it. And here is the inside of it here. I love Neal Schon's afro. I think that's just totally cool. But anyway, songs on this is Majestic, Too Late, Love and Touch and Squeezing, which was their biggest hit, City of the Angels, When You're Alone, It Ain't Easy, Sweet and Simple, Loving You Is Easy, Just the Same Way, Do You Recall, and Daydream, and Lady Luck. Yeah, Love and Touch and Squeezing was their biggest hit off of this. Just the Same Way and Too Late were also huge singles on this as well. So Just the Same Way, Love and Touch and Squeezing, and Too Late were the big singles off of this. And I meant to tell you the singles off of the previous album was Wheel in the Sky, Feeling the Same Way, or Feeling That Way Anytime, and Lights. Those were the 3 big hits on the previous album. So again, this album, is 36 minutes and 56 seconds. And again on Columbia Records. And that's Evolution. So great album also, guys. Make sure you check it out. And then next we have Departure. This album right here. Another great album from Journey. And here's the inside of it. These remasters are really good. There's all kinds of pictures and all kinds of stuff throughout these books that come with these albums. Really good, really good. I don't want to get into all that because it'll take way too much time. But just if you ever can get a hold of these remasters, they got such great photos of the tours and the tour dates. They got all the tour dates. They got everything you can imagine in these books that come with these albums to let you know what was going on during this time with Journey. But again, Departure is the 6th studio album by the American rock band Journey, released on February 29th, 1980 by Columbia Records. Released February 29th, 1980, recorded between November 5th and 12th of 1979. Recorded at the Automat San Francisco studio. Genre rock, hard rock, arena rock. Length 37 minutes and 49 seconds. On Columbia Records, producer Jeff Workman and Kevin Elson. And the singles off of this was Any Way You Want It, Walks Like a Lady, Good Morning Girls, Stay a While. So anyway, but yeah, terrific album, guys. Make sure you check out this album here also. Departure, just such a good album. I love all the artwork and all the Journey albums. Just love all the artwork. Terrific artwork. So again, that was the 6th studio album. And then got this great album here, Captured. And this came out in 1981. This was the first live album Journey did. There's the back of it right there. And this is the original album. This is not a remaster. That is the original album there. And I wanted to look that album up here really quick so I can give you some information on that. So anyway, Captured is the first live album by the American rock band Journey. Released on January 30th of 1981 on Columbia Records. The album reached number 9 on the Billboard 200 album charts and went on to sell 2 million copies. And let's see here. Recorded in Detroit, Montreal, and Tokyo. August 4th and 5th of 1980 in Detroit, August 8th, 1980 in Montreal, October 13th, 1980 in Tokyo. Venues Cobo Arena in Detroit. Huge, very famous arena where Kiss really made it big there. The Montreal Forum in Montreal, and Cassid, Nemkin Hall, and let's see here. Senshiyuku, Tokyo, something like that. Fantasy Studios is where they did the touch-ups in Berkeley, California. 71 minutes and 18 seconds. This album on Columbia Records, producer Kevin Elson. And The Party's Over, Hopelessly in Love was really promoted on this live album from Captured. So anyway, that was the biggest song that came off of this. Yeah, just a really, really terrific album. Let's see here. It comes with a great book with all kinds of photos. I'm sorry, poster. Sorry, poster. I meant to say poster. Got my ash while I was trying to unfold this. But anyway, so yeah, it comes with this great poster. Actually, I was thinking there was a book in there, but so anyway, so this really, really cool poster. My God, it's huge too. Look how big this poster is. Freaking huge. But some great live photos of the band there. Really great pictures of the band there. And yeah, really cool piece that came with this album. But yeah, I kept thinking there was a book in here, but there's really not. It's been a while since I've looked inside this album, actually. But 2 albums to this set, and set that off to the side there. But here's the inside of it. So a lot of great photos from this album. A lot of great stuff in here. But yeah, this is the original album. This is not a remaster. This is the original. So just good stuff. Good stuff. And the album's terrific shape. The albums. I got this off of a seller on eBay a long time ago. And they did me right, man. I tell you what, they they said everything about this album that it was. Just, I could not find any great copies of this album at the time. And I can't remember when I bought this. Probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. But at the time, there just was no good copies of this album. And then I found a seller that had this copy here. And it was like it had hardly ever been touched. So I was grabbing that up pretty quick, and I got it for a really good price too. It really was at a good price at the time. So, anyway, um, so yeah, so that album was recorded during the Departure tour, and yeah, what a terrific album Departure is also, and this album back here, just a great album. Great live album. So the story behind that, how I discovered and how that led to me discovering Journey. When I was young, uh, early teens, gosh, I was probably 13 at the time. I would, between the ages of 11 and 13, somewhere around there, I can't remember exactly how old I was, but I'd go to the local library and they had albums you could listen to. So they had a room with books and everything too, but they had albums you could listen to. And they had albums you could listen to, and so I would go into the library and I would listen to albums, and I came across this album behind me here, and I would um, listen to it. I would listen to all kinds of albums, and I discovered this one, and I just got hooked. I got so hooked on this album. I loved it. I loved the hard rock sound. I was already into Kiss, and I was getting into Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and stuff like that. I was starting to hear these bands and Ozzy Osbourne, and then I discovered these guys. So they were really the first band I took to that wasn't hard rock or it wasn't heavy metal. They were hard rock, of course, which Neal Schon's guitaring and the drumming and bass playing and everything with Steve Harry's voice. I was just absolutely blown away by it. And so anyway, I got let's see here. My gosh, I'm getting a call here, but let me send him a message. Okay. Anyway, so after a departure, Journey did an album called Dream After Dream right here, and I do not own this. I could own it for about 50 or 60 bucks if I wanted, but this album was created for a Japanese movie. Dream After Dream, performed by the American rock band Journey, is a sound album for the Japanese romantic fantasy film Yumi Yumi no Ato, directed by fashion designer Kenzo Takada, released in 1980 on Columbia Records. It was the seventh album length recording by the group. The soundtrack firmly overshadowed the film itself, which enjoyed little fame. The album was a significant departure from the hard rock sound, which characterized the band's three preceding albums, harking back to their progressive rock beginnings and relying on complex musicianship and instruments. So this was recorded in CBS CBS Sony Studios in Tokyo, Japan. 35 minutes, and the reception was not good on this at all. But Journey had been trying to build up their Japanese audience, so that's why they agreed to do it at the time. But they went completely away from their hard rock sound to do this, and it just was not successful at all. Was not really even noticed this album at all. So getting into the rest of so anyway, if you guys have a chance to check that album out, I guess check it out. But not real successful album at all. So and actually I do have captured on CD as well. There's the CD as well to that. So I've got it on CD and vinyl. So, but there's the back of it, and this is the remaster. This is a remaster. There's the inside of it right there. So anyway, so going on, we need to get on to the next album, which is their biggest album to date, which is Escape. So here it is, right there. There's the back of it. Escape. What a great album this was. Released July 17th of 1981, recorded between April and June of 1981 at Fantasy Studios in Berkeley, California. Genre is rock, hard rock, arena rock. 42 minutes and 51 seconds. Labels Columbia, producer Mike Stone and Kevin Elson. The big singles off of this was Who's Crying Now, Don't Stop Believing, Open Arms, Still They Ride, and Stone in Love. Charts, it went to number one on the US Billboard 200, 32 in the UK albums, 26 in Japan, number 6 in Canada. So, but anyway, and this album is at diamond certification at 10 million sales. Crazy. That's just unreal. And 3 times platinum in Canada um, with 300 sales. Um, so yeah, so a terrific album. I mean, it was definitely their best album to date. And make sure you guys grab this album if you don't own it. Make sure you grab that up. It's such a terrific album, really is. Really good album. There's the back of it again. Here's the inside of it. Behind the disc, there's a picture of the band here, right there. So anyway, terrific album, guys. It's their best to date. Make sure you grab it up if you don't have it yet. And then of course I've got some extras. I got Journey Live in Houston from 1981 from the Escape Tour. Really good album. A lot of great songs on this. Hold that up so you guys can see all the songs. So I'm not going to go through all the songs on that. But a terrific live album. You guys got to check this live album out if you haven't. Really good at live album. There's even a DVD to it. I've got the DVD as well. So anyway, there is the track listing there. Great album. Pause the video if you have to get all those songs a little better if you want to see them. Next album is Frontiers from 1980 from 1983. This is the 8th studio album now. Released on February 1st, 1983. Recorded in 1982. Studios Fantasy, Berkeley, California. Genre pop rock, hard rock, synthesizer rock, arena rock. Length 44 minutes, 24 seconds. Label Columbia. Producer Mike Stone, Kevin Elson. And the big singles off of Frontiers was Separate Ways, Worlds Apart, Faithfully After the Fall, and Send Her My Love. And again, this album, it charted at number 2 on the US Billboard 200, number 6 at UK albums, in Japan at 26, Canada number 10, and certification on this album is 6 times platinum and 6 million sales in Canada, and that's in the US. In Canada, platinum at 100,000 sales. So anyway, so there it is, Journey, Frontiers. And here's the back of it right there. And here's the inside of it. Let me move the dust there for a second, but there's the inside. And there's the disc to it right there. But anyway, really good album, guys. I think this and Departure, or I'm sorry, this and Escape, Frontiers and Escape are probably my 2 favorite albums from them, which again was their most successful albums to date, as far as I know. And then let's see here. And then of course we got the Journey Frontiers tour. I got on disc also. Really good live album. And this was brought out in 2014, but recorded in 1983 in Oklahoma. This show was recorded live at Lloyd Noble Center in Norman, Oklahoma, July 21st of 1983, and it was on the Westwood One FM radio broadcast, and then it was brought out in 2014. So there's the track listing for that live show. Really good live show. Really love that show. So anyway, make sure you guys check out that live album if you can get a hold of it. I'm not sure how available those live albums are anymore that I showed you from the Escape tour and from the Frontiers tour. And there's a live album right now that I want to get that came out here a few years back. It's a Journey Live, Escape, and Frontiers with all the original members. Well, I mean, not original members, but they've got all the original members from these albums, uh, minus Steve Perry, of course, but with Arnel Pineda as the singer, and Greg Raleigh even came back in as well. Well, no, I'm sorry, that's a different show I'm thinking of. Never mind. But there was another show that they brought back Greg Raleigh on, but I don't think it was brought out on DVD or CD or anything. But the Journey of Life Frontiers or Escaping Frontiers is out on Blu-ray and CD, and somehow I missed out on that release. I didn't even realize that was released until just recently. And so I've been on the hunt for it, but man, it's expensive. That's an expensive copy um, to get a hold of it. So anyway, so I have not been successful at getting that album yet, but I'm hoping to here soon. Um, and then let's see here. We've got let's see here. Yeah, so next we've got Raised on Radio. That was the next album to come out. And by the way, before I continue on the albums, um, uh, I've had to do a couple relights on the Cigar, which is my fault. I'm going to take the blame because I bumped it once. I was talking too much, wasn't paying attention to the cigar, giving it the attention it needed. I wasn't romancing it like I'm supposed to. Uh, that's from a past show that I've done for my Smoking Metal podcast, Romancing Your Cigar. Anyway, I haven't romanced it the way I should, but it's still doing great. Construction's doing great, draw's doing great. Um, and it it's a great cigar. I mean, so many great taste notes of I'm getting so much great taste notes from this: the dark roast coffee, the dark chocolate, getting some mineral, some sea salt, getting still a little bit of spice on the back. I'm getting some spice on the back end of my throat, which is not overpowering at all, just slight. Just getting all these great, some zestiness, and it's just doing really well, this cigar. I haven't had a bad one yet. I really have not had a bad one yet. This cigar is just doing so good. It really is. But Raised on Radio, ninth studio album. Um, and up until now, um, up until this album, there's some some changes with the personnel. In these past albums I've discussed, it was C. Perry on lead vocals, Neal Schon on lead guitar backing vocals, Jonathan Cain on keyboards, rhythm guitar backing vocals, Roland Jupiter 8 track one. And that I'm sorry, I didn't need to mention track one. That's I'm still on the Frontiers notes of mine. Ross Ballard on bass guitar, backing vocals, and Steve Smith on drums and percussion. But up until the end of the Frontiers tour, we had all of our basic members still, our classic lineup, and then we had Raised on Radio that came out in 1986, which is the 40th anniversary of that album right now. Good album, though. It really is a good album. But there's some lineup changes here. But released April 21st, 1986. And that's this album right here, Raised on Radio. There's the back of it right there. Recorded between October and December of 1985 at Record Plant in Sausalito, California. Sausalito, California. Fantasy, Berkeley, California. Genre, arena rock, hard rock, soft rock. Length 44 minutes, 39 seconds. Label, Columbia. Producer, Steve Perry. And this album charted at number 4, so not quite as successful as the previous two albums. Number 4 on the US Billboard charts, 22 on the UK album charts, number 3 in Japan. This album is certified 2 times platinum, 2 million sales, and in Canada, gold at 50,000 sales. So on this album, we've got Steve Perry, Neal Schon, and Jonathan Cain still, but they added Randy Jackson in on bass and Bob Glob on bass, Larry London and on drums. Steve Smith still did some of the drumming tracks on this album, but for some reason was not on the full album. Um, and I'm not sure what was going on, with everything. Why the band disbanded the way they did. Why they weren't a part of this album like they usually were. I know there are some differences, I think, in the band at the time with their creative differences, and so I think that's why we had Ross Valerie and Steve Smith leave the way they did. Um, but a good album though, not quite as good as the previous albums, but still a good album. Um, and the hits off of this, I mean, there's a lot of hits. Be Good to Yourself, Suzanne, Girl Can't Help It, I'll Be All Right Without You, Why Can't This Night Go On Forever? Um, and I think I've done not a great job of listing all the songs off of some of these previous albums. But on the Frontiers album, um, the song, let's see here, Only the Young, which is on the 2006 CD reissue bonus album. I don't know if you guys remember the song Only the Young that was on the Vision Quest movie. That was a big hit for Journey. Um, and Ask the Lonely was on Two of a Kind. Um, and then Only Solutions was on the Tron soundtrack. So some other hits they've had there, on other movies. So, but Raised on Radio, yeah, first time there's some personal changes since the band started with Steve Perry. So, but really good album though, guys. Make sure you check it out. In the pictures it only shows three of the members right there. But they would soon to be back. Steve Smith and Ross Valor, they would be back. So, which gets us into the next album, um, which wasn't until 10 years later. That was Trial by Fire. The band, they settled their differences. Uh, Brought back, Steve Smith came back, Ross Valerie came back, and we've got Trial by Fire. Um, and again, this is the 30th anniversary album. So this came out in 1996. So 30th anniversary album. And this album is the 10th studio album. Recorded October 26, 1996. Recorded throughout the summer of 96. Studio Ocean Way recording in Hollywood. The site, Marin County, California. Wild Horse, Marin County, California. Genre rock and arena rock. Length 71 minutes with the original album. 75 minutes 26 seconds on the Japan release in 2006. So that didn't come out until 10 years later in Japan. Columbia Records producer Kevin Shirley. The two singles off this album was "When You Love a Woman" and "Message of Love," which were two great, great love. I mean, just great ballads. Um, so really, this album kind of went more adult contemporary, I would say, if you had asked me. Rock and adult contemporary. But sad to say, but right in the middle of this tour, they had to cut this tour short. Steve Perry decided to walk away from everything. He said he wasn't feeling it, and he just wasn't feeling good about himself or anything. And so he walked away in the middle of this tour. And so they never did get to finish this tour. So this album never did get to be promoted really the way it should have been due to that. And they didn't get to tour it and do more with it. So anyway, I don't even know if the tour really happened, actually, now that I think about it. I think they're just getting ready to start the tour on this, and it just never really happened. But it did chart at number 3 on the US Billboard 200, number 6 in Japan, 84 in UK, 16 in Canada. But let me see here. The album reflected a growing maturity with the members of Journey and could be loosely termed as a concept album, with many tracks reflecting of a more overt spirituality and lyrical content. The title track, for example, is taken directly from Paul's second epistle to the Corinthians. How about that? I never thought about that. The title track on that. Yeah, I never thought about that. Wow, never thought about that. How about that? Never thought about that. Uh, Trial by Fire is Journey's only album to not be accompanied by a supporting tour. So actually, the tour never really did happen. That was due to internal disputes over a tour originally scheduled for the summer fall of 1987. As a result of Perry's hip injury, I forgot about that, as he was unsure about getting the necessary surgery. The band ultimately gave him the choice of either getting the surgery or being replaced with a new lead vocalist, resulting in his departure. But later on, I saw an interview with Steve Perry later on. He said he was also just dealing with a lot of internal stuff where he just didn't feel good about singing anymore. So there was also some inner demons that I know Steve Perry was dealing with. Um, resulting in his departure, drummer Steve Smith uh, resulting in his departure, drummer Steve Smith also quit, citing that the band without Perry did not interest him. He was subsequently returned in 2015, but was dismissed from the band again in 2020. On November 9th, 1996, the album entered at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and was eventually certified platinum in the United States by the RIAA. The band did not receive another platinum award until Revelation in 2008, which we'll get into that. So then we had Journey Greatest Hits Live that came out following the Trial by Fire album. And this is a great live album. It's kind of really a Greatest Hits live album. It kind of comes off of, all the live songs off of all their different live albums that they brought out that I've showed you today. But really good album, though. It really is. It's a very enjoyable live album. The one thing I was really happy with, because one of my absolute favorite songs is After the Fall off the Frontiers album. And so they had that live on here, which I was really happy that was on here because that's like my absolute favorite Journey song, After the Fall, on that Frontiers album. So anyway, so this was released in 1998 on Sony Music, Trial by Fire, or I'm sorry, Greatest Hits Live, that followed the Trial by Fire album. And then they released also then the Essential Journey, tons of all their hits on this. And this came out in 2001, and it's got a great book with it discussing Journey. But yeah, great album. If you need a great Journey Greatest Hits package, this is the one to get. And along with there's another album here. Which I have somehow lost it, I believe. Gosh, I don't know where. After I dropped my albums, here it is. I found it, guys. Golly, boy, dropping those albums really messed me up here a little bit ago. But anyway, so Journey also brought out this Greatest Hits, right here. And that was released in 2006. So anyway, so that's a great album to have for their greatest hits. And then they also brought out Greatest Hits 2 with all kinds of other great songs on this. But let me show you the track listing here on the back, give you a little bit of a better picture of the track listing there. There we go. So you can pause that video. You can pause this video to get those songs if you want to see what those songs are a little better. So there's the other greatest hits, and a lot of these songs kind of go backwards a little bit with a lot of Greg Raleigh stuff on it. So these are just really great albums to have along with this one. If you don't want to buy all the albums that Journey has, if you own this and you own these two, and you also own the Departure, this Captured live album back here, if you get hold of some of their other live albums, you'll have pretty much, I think, everything that you need. And then, boy, really exciting time for me was when Journey brought out another studio album, which is Revelation. There is another album, actually, I did mention, Generations. That was with Steve Augeri from let's see, Takedo from the 80s. And that he was with them for a little while, this lead singer. It was the 12th studio album called Generations. It did not do real well, but there's that came out next. And so it just wasn't a super huge success. There's no singles that came off of it or anything. It was it charted at 170 on the top US Billboard 200. So the most successful area was in Japan at number 20. So anyway, I had that album one time. It just didn't do anything for me. And then we get into Revelation in 2008. And this album here, I tell you what, I was in the recording studio because I had a band at one time with, I had my own band going on at one time, and my guitarist Ryan McCallum came walking in. He goes, "You got to hear this album." He goes, "I'm gonna turn the lights out." We were in our studio. He goes, "I'm gonna turn the lights out, and I want you to close your eyes and listen to this." And I thought it was Steve Perry back with Journey. And I'm like, "Whoa." I said, "Journey brought out a new album with Steve Perry," and he said, "No, it's not Steve Perry. It's Arnel Pineda." I'm like, "What?" So I was like, "Holy cow." Um, so this album that I'm getting ready to show you had the original songs from the album. Then they had another disc with re-recorded material from past Journey songs, and then it had a live album with it, which was really good. But anyway, so the album I'm talking about is Journey Revelation. Right here, here's the back of it, and as you can see, I don't know, Arnel looks pretty good with these guys. He really does, and almost sounds like Steve Perry, almost to the T. Um, but this is the 13th studio album with lead singer Arnel Pineda. And he is from the Philippines. And Journey found him on YouTube. He was in a Journey tribute band. So Journey found him, got in touch with him, and Arnel didn't think they were being serious about hiring him as a lead singer, but they flew him out to where the guys were, and they auditioned him, and they hired him almost immediately. Um, so anyway, in 2007 he became the new lead singer, and he's with them still. And there's really no huge singles that came off of this album, but it is a really good album. Let's see here. It didn't really chart either, from what I'm seeing. Um, why, I don't know. Let me see here, but it did go platinum in the United States at 1 million sales. Oh, here we go. It did. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the right information I have here. It was at number 2 on the top rock albums, for the Billboard Top Rock Albums, number 2, and number 78 on the U.S. Billboard 200. Number 1 on U.S. Independent Albums with the Billboard. But anyway, so not too bad. Not too bad. And this album, it's got re-recorded material. Only the Young, Don't Stop Believin', Wheel in the Sky, Faithfully, Any Way You Want It, Who's Crying Now, Separate Ways, Lights, Open Arms, Be Good to Yourself, Stone in Love. And the original songs on this is Never Walk Away, Like a Sun Shower, Change for the Better, Wildest Dream, Faith in the Heartland, After All These Years, Where Did I Lose Your Love, What I Needed, What It Takes to Win, Turn Down the World Tonight, The Journey's Revelation. Um, and of course, the members right now on this album is Neal Schon on guitars, backing vocals, Jonathan Cain on keyboards, backing vocals, Ross Valerie on bass, backing vocals, Deen Castronovo on drums, backing vocals, which he was also a part of Bad English. He was a drummer for Bad English, if you remember Bad English, along with Neal Schon and Jonathan Cain. And then Arnel Pineda on lead vocals. But what a great album this is. I really love this album. And the live album is terrific. It was recorded in 2008 at in Las Vegas, Nevada. And again, yeah, so this concert was recorded before the album came out. But the first song is Skylight, which is just a music piece, which is only on this live disc. And then it goes into Any Way You Want It, Wheel in the Sky, Lights, After These Years, Never Walk Away, and then Open Arms, Prelude, and then Open Arms, Mother, Father, which was sung by Deen Castronovo. And he just did a terrific job on that song during this concert. And then it goes into Wildest Dream, Separate Ways, Worlds Apart, Faithfully, Don't Stop Believing, Be Good to Yourself. And this was recorded at Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas, Nevada. So anyway, good album, guys. Make sure you check it out. Really good album, Revelation. And then later, we've got 2 more albums. We got Eclipse in 2011. But let me, Revelation, I'm sorry, total length is 104 minutes and 50 seconds. Producer Kevin Shirley. Genre hard rock, arena rock. Recorded at the plant in California. Recorded in 2008. Released June 3rd of 2008. So anyway, good album, guys. Make sure you pick that up if you don't have it. If you can find it, make sure you pick it up. And then we got Eclipse in 2011. So now we're into the 14th studio album, and that is this album right here. And this was a decent album, more of a concept album. Here's the inside of it right there on on Digipack. Anyway, Eclipse was released May 24th of 2011. Recorded between 2010 and 2011 at Fantasy Studios in Berkeley, California. The Blue Loft, County Q, Nashville, and Quad, Nashville, Tennessee. Genre hard rock, arena rock, heavy metal. Length 66 minutes and 20 seconds. on Namoda LLC US, Frontiers in Europe, Universal in Asia, Loen in South Korea, King in Japan, producer Kevin Shirley, Neal Schon, Jonathan Cain. Singles The City of Hope and Human Feel. And this is a good album, guys. It really is a good album. It went to number 4 on the US Top Rock Albums, and number 13 on the US Billboard 200. This album doesn't look like it's gone gold or anything yet. Not seeing where it's actually been certified yet. Maybe soon it will. Maybe soon it will. So, but anyway, so the songs on this is City of Hope, Edge of the Moment, Chain of Love, Tantra, Anything is Possible, Personate or Resonate, She's a Mystery, Human Feel, Ritual, To Whom It May Concern, Someone, and Venues, or Venus, I'm sorry, Venus, my gosh. Let's see here. So, the band members on this is Neal Schon on guitars, backing vocals, Jonathan Cain on keyboards, backing vocals, Ross Valerie on bass, Deen Castronovo on drums and percussion, Arnel Pineda on lead vocals. So anyway, so that was again the 14th studio album by Journey. And then released next is Journey Freedom right there. And this album is not bad. It's a little slower in areas, but it is an enjoyable listen. So make sure you check this out if you haven't gotten it yet. If you like Arnel, make sure you check this album out. Decent album. It really is. There's the back of it. There's the song listing. So there's that. And then personnel on this one. Let's see here. Let me get to the right notes here. So Freedom is the 15th studio album by Journey, released on July 8th of 2022 through BMG Rights Management and Frontier Records. It's the band's second album to date not to feature founders bassist Ross Valerie, who was dismissed in 2020. He was replaced by Randy Jackson, who previously replaced Valerie on Raised on Radio in 1986. With 15 songs and a runtime of 1 hour and 30 minutes, it is the longest studio album by Journey ever released. And again, personnel is Neal Schon on guitars, backing vocals, keyboards. Producer Jonathan Cain on keyboards, backing vocals, synthesizer bass. Arnel Pineda on lead vocals, Randy Jackson on bass. Narada Michael Walden on drums, which that was just for the recording sessions. And yeah, I mean, because we've got on their live tour right now, their farewell tour, they got Deen Castronovo back on that tour. So why he wasn't a part of the recording session on this, I don't know for sure. If you guys know in the comments why, maybe let me know why he wasn't a part of this album, but with them still for the tour. I'm not sure why that is. Not sure. I'd really like to know why. So if you guys know why, let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. But let me know so far what albums you guys own here, if you own any of these, and which albums you like the best. I love all of them. I really love all of these albums in their own way, but I still have to say that Frontiers and Escape are my two favorite albums for sure. Besides this one right here, so this is a great album too. So Now I wanted to show you guys my box set that I've had for quite a while called Time 3, 3-disc set. This came out in 1992, and just a ton of songs dating all the way back to when Journey didn't have um, Steve Perry yet. Also has some of those songs from that Japanese movie I was telling you about. And on the inside of this, it's got a great book with it. There's the discs right there. There's another one behind these, and then here's the book. There's the back of it, and on the inside, just tons of great photos, and goes through all the albums, and just all kinds of stories from their tours, all kinds of photos from their tours. Just everything about Journey you want to know is in this, dating all the way back to the beginning of Journey. And of course, this goes all the way up through the first greatest hits album, um, right there that I showed you guys. So this goes all the way up to that time period. So, but anyway, great box set. If you guys can ever get a hold of this, do it. Let me know if you own this box set. Really good box set. If you, that's another thing, another great thing to own. If you don't want to buy all the Journey albums, that's another great thing to own. So anyway, want to discuss some heavy metal news really quick. Um, let's see here. See if we can find anything interesting today. Go to blabbermouth.net. Let's see here. New album out called Ride the Rainbow. Cover album with Sebastian Bach, Bob Daisley, Mick Box, Jonathan Cain. Wow. Doug Ulrich and Carmine Appice. Cover Rainbow's Man on the Silver Mountain. Um, so that looks pretty interesting. So there's a picture of it right there. That's definitely something I want to check into. Queen's Roger Taylor announced his new solo album, "Violence Insane in a Beautiful World." Releases come on summer. It's a party time. It's party time. Oh, so anyway, Queen's Roger Taylor announced his new solo album, "Violence Insane in a Beautiful World," and he's releasing a single called "Come on Summer, It's Party Time." Rat Stephen Piercy, I don't mix politics or religion with music, which is good to know because I don't believe in that either. Um, there's a new Soundgarden album coming out. Kim Thale on finishing Soundgarden's final album will with Chris Cornell. It's emotionally difficult and challenging. So that's a oh, so they're discussing so they're discussing the last album they had done with him. Def Leppard's Phil Collins sets record straight about alleged altercation with Glenn Danzig. His soup was spilled and he got all pissy. Okay. Hartan Wilson reflects on cancer battle. I never once felt like I was falling into a black hole. Ex Misfits frontman. Let's see here. I'm kind of going through some of this a little quickly here. Ex Misfits frontman Michelle Graves. The punk rock world hates me and has rejected me wholeheartedly. Not sure what's going on with that. Scott Ian loves that Scott Ian from Anthrax loves that John Bush is performing material from his era of Anthrax. Wants to join Singer on a stage for a couple of the songs. I hope that can happen. Well, just not a lot in heavy metal hard rock news right now. Mudvayne and Hell Yeah frontman Chad Gray announces summer fall 2026 30 Years of Madness solo tour. So make sure you guys check that out. Under Oath announces fall 2026 Define the Great Line 20th anniversary tour with August Burns, Red, and Atreya, something like that. Motorhead announced the seventh Lemmy Forever ceremony at UK's Download Festival in 2026. And that's about, gosh, there's not a lot. Alice Cooper thanks Arizona man who found his credit card at gas station. I thought that was fake news. I saw that on YouTube. I thought that was all fake stuff. I thought that was AI stuff probably. So I never did look into that, but it's true actually. So very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Let's look at some heavy metal birthdays. See who's got birthdays coming up here. Go to loudwire.com. Right now, let's see here. We've got Ronnie Wood. Um, he was born June 1st. June 1st of 1947. He's at the age of 79. Guitarist for the Rolling Stones. We got Charlie Watts. Rest in peace, Charlie Watts. He would be 85 if he was alive. His birthday would have been June 2nd of 19. He was born 1941. He'd be 85 years old. Charlie Watts, the original drummer for the Rolling Stones. Um, Kerry King of Slayer. Um, he was born June 3rd, 1964. He's at the age of 62 right now. Guitarist for Slayer. Nico McBrain, drummer for Iron Maiden. He is 74 years old now. He was born June 5th, 1952. So happy belated birthday to these guys that I've mentioned so far. Tom Araya of Slayer, lead singer for Slayer, bass player for Slayer. Born June 6th of 1961. He's at the age of 65. Um, James Monkey Schaefer of Korn, born June 6th, 1970. He's at the age of 56. Just a few months older than me. So yeah, let's see, who else do we got? Christina Scabia from Lacuna Coil, born June 6, 1972. She's at the age of 54, just a year younger than me. Steve Vai, guitarist for, he was with the David Lee Roth band. He was in Whitesnake, solo career, but he was born June 6th of 1960 at the age of 66, and that's Steve Vai. Um, Skipping through some of the stuff. Stuff that really doesn't pertain to heavy metal, but you guys can always go to Loudwire and see who I've skipped over. Loudwire.com. Frank Beard, drummer for ZZ Top, born June 11th, 1949. He's at the age of 77, so he'll have a birthday tomorrow. And Bunny Carlos, ex-drummer for Cheap Trick, born June 12, 1950, at the age of 76. So his birthday is June 12th. And old King Diamond himself, born June 14th of 1956. King Diamond, Merciful Fate, guitars, or I'm sorry, singer. Yeah, singer, guitars, keyboards, is through the recordings that they've done. He's been a part of that. He's at the age of 70 right now. Still pretty young in my eyes, actually. So King Diamond at the age of 70 on June 14th. Kiko Loureiro, ex-Megadeth guitarist, born June 16, 1972 at the age of 54. Um, and next up we have Michael Monroe, rest in peace, Michael Monroe. No, I'm sorry, Michael Monroe's alive. I'm thinking of one of the other band members that was killed in his band. Michael Monroe, he's still out on tour, actually. He's doing tours. Born June 17, 1962. He's at the age of 64. Singer, keyboards, guitarist. And he'll have a birthday on June 17th, born in 1962 at the age of 64 coming up. And then Paul McCartney, he'll be born on June 18th, he was born June 18th, 1942. He'll be 84 years old. Singer, bass player for ex-Beatles, ex-Wings, Paul McCartney group. My buddy Oz Fox from Stryper, he's got a birthday coming up on June 18th. He's born in 1961. He's at the age of 65. Guitarist for Stryper. Dizzy Reed from Guns N' Roses. He's got a birthday coming up on June 18th. He was born in 1963. He's going to be 63 years old. Then of course Ann Wilson, born June 19th, 1950, singer and guitarist for Heart. She is 76 years old. She will be anyway. Brian Head Welch, born June 19th of 1970. He'll be 56 years old. He's just a few months younger than me. Guitarist, singer for Korn. And then Michael Anthony, ex Van Halen, the Circle, Chickenfoot, instrument bass, was born June 20th, 1954 at the age of 72. He'll be Joey Kramer of Aerosmith. He was born June 21st of 1950. He'll be 76 years old. Drummer for Aerosmith. Kip Winger, born June 21st, 1961, lead singer for Winger, bass player for Winger, guitars, keyboards, songwriter. He's at the age of 65 right now. And let's see, who else do we got? Chuck Billy from Testament. Let's see here. Okay, so he was born June 23rd, 1962, singer, songwriter for Testament at the age of 64 right now. And then Glenn Danzig, born June 23rd of 1965, he's at the age of 71. Ex-singer for Danzig, Misfits, or he's singer for Danzig. He was with the Misfits. Sam Hain, age 71. And old Randy Jackson that we discussed with Journey, born June 23rd, 1956. He's at the age of 70, bass guitarist for Journey. And Jeff Beck from ex-Yardbirds, Jeff Beck Band, born June 24th, 1944. He's at the age of 82. And let's see here. Oh, let's see here. This website's a little difficult on my phone. It's better on my laptop, but I wanted to get through this quicker today. Ian Pace, born June 29, 1948, band Deep Purple, ex-Whitesnake, drummer, at the age of 78. And then Don Dawkin, he was born June 29th of 1953. He's at the age of 73 right now. Singer, guitarist, songwriter for Dawkin. Philip Anselmo for band Pantera. Lead singer for Pantera, songwriter, guitarist also at the age of 58. And then Yngwie Malmsteen, born June 30th of 1963. Guitarist, of course, at the age of 63. And that's it. That's it for our birthdays for the month of June. So anyway, I wanted to kind of get ahead of that since I got a little behind on the last couple months on birthday stuff. So anyway, but I wanted to do all this at the end, so just in case you guys didn't want to stick around for all the heavy metal birthdays and heavy metal news. But before we end this, let me give out some shout outs for our new members of the YouTube channel. And I'm only discussing the ones that have their pages set to public because I can't see it. I can't see anybody if they're on private. Nick Nameless, Kevin Marmon, Leslie McKearns, Javier Navarro, Anguada, Bellew, Robert Seymour, Jerry, Miguel Angel, Simone Ferrara, Andy George, Jerome Campbell, Storm Hate, Robert Morodo, and I'm sorry if I've not pronounced some of these names right. I apologize for that. But thank you guys for all you new members. I appreciate all of you so much. And let's see here. Some new members of the Facebook group, Harper Cigar Lounge Facebook group. Raffy, Habano Cigars, Brandon Holman, Perry Richardson, of course, from Striper. Thank you, Perry, for joining this group. Perry Richardson from Striper X Firehouse. Ron Reviews the World, Dedrick, Rashawn Hicks, Cigar Lounge, Carlos Carrillo, Blue Boy, 420 Odor Eliminator. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, so those are some of the new members. There are 1,768 members right now, the Harper Cigar Lounge Facebook group. Please, you guys, go over to my YouTube channel. Come to this YouTube channel and please join this group. It goes hand in hand with the Facebook channel. So you guys, if you're on Facebook and you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, make sure you do that. But anyway, guys, I appreciate all of you so much for being a part of all this and for letting me discuss one of my favorite bands, Journey. But they are out on tour right now doing their farewell tour. So make sure you catch them if you haven't seen them yet. I'm hoping to catch them. I have never seen Journey. I've always wanted to. So I hope to see them. I hope to see them in November. I really would like to see Journey before they go out, even though it doesn't have all the original members. But just to hear all those great songs live would be awesome. And I'd love to see them before they go out. So make sure you guys catch Journey on tour. And let me know if you're a Journey fan, if you love Journey, if it's a band that you love or hate. If you do love them, let me know what albums you love from Journey. Let me know what you love about Journey. Everything you love about Journey, let me know. Let me know what you own from Journey. Let me know what you think about this band. tell me about the Steve Perry days. If you have any memories of going to any Journey shows with Steve Perry, or with Arnel, either way. Or if you've seen Journey with their other singer that I mentioned, that was with Takedo. Make sure you guys let me know. Let me know in the comments. Anything you know about Journey, let me know. Maybe there's some stuff about Journey that I don't know about that you do that you could share with me, but let me know, guys. And I do want to give a great shout out to my buddy Daniel, remains over in Canada. Ed with Caps on Cameras over in Japan. Um, um, let's see, who else do I want to mention? Daniel Ravanelli with the 505 Cigar Review over in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Daniel Finley over in Pittsburgh. The guys from the Cigar Junkies over in Pittsburgh. Corey Banks, Samuel Hoffman, Jason Smith. And let's see who else. Who else do I need to mention here? Antonello Nicastro, of course, my buddy over in the UK. Stephen and Hugh Potter over in Florida. Tony Taylor with Cigar Spirits Golf in USA. Aaron Daniel Lee with the Boutique Cigar over in Florida. David Garofalo with Two Guys Cigars and Cigar Authority. James Tucker over in Arkansas. Scott Sullivan over in Florida. Austin Blaine Ogwen over in Arkansas. Matt Kemp. Jeff and Shirley Caston over in Potter, Nebraska. Howard Sinclair over in Torrington. My buddy Howard over in Torrington. And let's see here. Mark Janik with Reviews with Moose and First 508th Airborne as well. Jeff Pollock over in New Mexico as well. So all you guys, thank you for all your support, ongoing support to me that you guys give me. If I missed any of you, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure I get a shout out on you guys next time. But guys, I appreciate you so much. Thanks for being a part of all this today. Again, smoking my Metal Beast cigar right here, and it's still doing great. It's had great construction, great ash on it. It's just been doing very well. And I'm sorry that the show is so long today, but had a lot to discuss with Journey and want to get one more show in before I end this season. Not sure what I'm going to discuss yet. Got some ideas. But again, the Smoking Metal Beast is what I'm smoking today. And it's a great cigar, guys. Make sure you check these out. Make sure you guys get a hold of some of these. But I'm getting some great pepper, and I'm getting some great pepper on the back end, just slightly. Getting some dark roast coffee, some dark chocolate still. Getting some sea salt, some natural tobacco sweetness still. It's just doing really well. Very creamy cigar. Very enjoyable smoke. Really enjoying it. Again, I got plenty more to smoke. I've got a lot of these. So anyway, guys. But again, today, episode 12 of the Harper's Cigar Lounge podcast. Thanks for being with me, guys. I appreciate all of you so much. All of you guys, I wouldn't be able to be here without you. Love all of you guys greatly. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. And shout out to my mom, Sheila. Such a huge support to me. My brother, Grant, over in Sheridan, Wyoming. My sister, Cher, as well, over in Torrington, Wyoming with my mom. And just my uncle Gary over in Nevada and my Aunt Mary over in Nevada. Just so many people to thank. So many people to thank. But anyway, all of you guys, I love you. My wife, Marcy, my son, Gage, and my other son, Jason. All of you guys, thank you for all your support to me, my direct family and everything. So without them, I wouldn't be here either. So, but anyway, guys, keep rocking out there. Take care of yourselves. God bless. And keep rocking out there, guys. Keep smoking great cigars. Um, just take care of yourselves, guys. I want to see you soon. I want to see you in the comments. So stay in touch with me. And again, keep rocking out there, guys. Again, Harper Cigar Lounge, episode 12 of season 4. Troy Harper here signing off. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye now.